Are you sharing something, Ravi?
Yeah. So my
I
screen is not visible.
No, I just see those three names right now. I don't see anything else.
What about others?
Oh, yeah, I can see your screen now. Yes.
Okay. So today we will discuss very important part. Okay. And this will not only for certification exam, for your real time also, this will be very helpful when you are going to start your project. Okay. So based on the multiple factor, you need to select like whenever you are going to start a project, then first very important thing will be like which hosting option you will select. So in Mulesoft, we have multiple hosting option, which is again splitted into two part, control plane and management plane. Okay. So we will understand what is control plane, what is management plane, and what all possible option we have for control plane and runtime plane. And then which control plane is compatible with which runtime plane. Okay. So all those discussion we will do. And at the end of this session, you will able to understand based on the which like for which business you will select which hosting option, and that will be very critical part since once you will start working as a architecting, then you need to select efficient hosting option. Okay. So there are many factors like security, then company size, company infrastructure. Okay. And then like project size. So there are many factors. Based on that, you need to select appropriate hosting option. Okay. So let's start one by one. Okay. So how many of you know about this control plane and runtime plane? Anyone know about this?
Yeah, Ravi, I know a little bit.
Yeah, can you tell me?
So control plane is something like hosted by Mulesoft, and runtime plane it can be whereas in Cloud Hub it is hosted by Mulesoft itself. But if it is on premises, it could be like customer hosted runtime plane.
Okay. So first of all, it's not like control plane will be hosted by only MuleSoft. It can be hosted by customer also. And this control plan can be it's not mandatory to use MuleSoft provided control plane only. So customer can create their own control plane also. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone else want to say something? Okay, fine, no problem. So first, control plane. Okay. So control plane is nothing but it will give you capability to manage your Mule application. Okay. To monitor your Mule application, to apply security policy on your Mule application. So all the management kind of thing will be inside control plane, and all the deployment, like when you are deploying your application, so you need one server where you can deploy your Mule application. So those things should be managed by runtime plane. Okay. So inside control plane, you can apply security policy. You can up, you can put alert. You can monitor your Mule application. Okay. You can create raml file, and you can You will have like a shared repository exchange. All those things will be part of this control plane. And when you are deploying your Mule application, to deploy your Mule application, you need one Mule server. Okay, that Mule server is available on runtime plane. So this is basic difference. So in cloud hub deployment also you can see we have one separate runtime plane. Okay, if you open, let me in one. So here you can see this runtime manager. This runtime manager is used to manage runtime plane. And a part of that you can see API manager, design center, exchange, monitoring, secret manager. All these are part of control plane. Okay. So for to managing our Mule application, we use one plane, that is control plane. To run our Mule application, we use one plane, that is control runtime plane. So far, everyone clear with this? Okay. Now, whenever like you need to select control plane and runtime plane, what all factors will be there based on which you need to select your control plane and runtime plane? First thing will be security. Okay. So security will be one of the major factor. Based on that, you need to select which control plane and which runtime plane you need to use. Let's say client like insurance client, banking client. Okay. Those clients need much security as well as like data privacy. Okay. So for those client, what we need? We need to avoid as much as shared resources. Okay. They should not have any shared resources and they should use private network. Okay. So that's why if we have any banking and insurance client, we try to prefer everything should be hosted on company infrastructure. Okay. So mostly like banking insurance, they preferred like control plane and runtime plane should prefer either like should be hosted either on company infrastructure or it should be hosted on private cloud. Okay, that's why here like we should go with either on-premise or runtime fabric. We should not go with cloud hub. So we will see in detail why we should not go with cloud hub, why we should go with runtime and RTF. That detail we will see. First, we will see like what kind of setups we have in each runtime plane and management plane. Then you will get clear idea. Okay. Second factor is infrastructure. Okay. Let's say I'm a small organization. Okay. I have means I have my business. Okay. And now I am feeling okay. I need some integration technology to make my process digitalized and more smooth. Okay, but I don't have company infrastructure and all. In that case, and I don't have any separate DevOps team. I want to run this business in minimum budget. Okay, in that case, if we will go for on-premise deployment, it will be very expensive for them since they need to create their infrastructure, they need to hire some DevOps person as well. Instead of Mulesoft, they need to hire DevOps person also. And then to make a setup of that infrastructure also, it will take some time. Okay, so their delivery will also be delayed a bit. due to this infrastructure setup and all. Okay, so those kind of client prefer ready-made solution available on market. So for them, Cloud Hub is good since in Cloud Hub everything is there. Okay, you just need to purchase their license, and from next day only you can start development and deployment. You don't need to set up your own infrastructure. You don't need to like hire DevOps team to manage your infrastructure. It's like you can say 1 day activity to take license to do setup and start the development and deployment. Okay, so those are factors. And third factor is costing also. Okay, so each deployment model has their costing. So you need to calculate, okay, which one will be cheaper and easy to manage, which one will be costly and difficult to manage. Okay, so based on these factors, you need to select appropriate deployment model. So first thing we will discuss in detail, like in control plane, what all possible option we have. Okay, so whenever you select control plane in Cloud Hub, by default you will get US Cloud Hub, US Cloud. Okay, so this control plane is hosted on US, and here you will get lots of capability. So you can see here this trial account also US one only. So here you will get lots of capability like design center, management plane, exchange. Inside this management plane, you will get access management, API manager, API governance, monitoring, secret manager, visualizer, all those kind of capability you will get. Okay, region, let me quickly check. We can see region somewhere. What? Okay, here we are not getting, but once we will do deployment, at that time you will able to see which region. This one. Okay. Then second is EU cloud. Okay. It's very similar to US cloud, but only difference is there. This management plane is hosted in Europe. Okay. So can anyone tell me like both are same, US cloud and EU cloud? The what is the purpose of creating EU cloud specifically? Why not there is Asian cloud and other cloud? But for EU especially, they have created separate cloud. Anyone know reason for this? Anyone has worked on European for any European client so far? No. Okay.
No, Ravi.
Okay, fine. So in European Union, they have like strict data privacy acts. Okay, like if you have any you can't like move the data of European country outside of Europe. Okay, all the data of European regions should be inside in Europe only. Okay, so whenever you will work for any European clients, okay, so first thing you will see in company also now due to like this COVID and all, I don't know what is arrangement now, but before COVID, whenever you will see any European project, then there should be restricted bay. Okay, even they will not allow any, like if you will see any other project, you can easily go there inside their bay and working area with your friend or colleague. But if it is European project, then there will be restricted way for European projects. So what was the purpose? Since they have this kind of policy, even if that project is handled from offshore resources, it should be inside restricted bay. And European data cannot be moved outside of Europe. Okay, that's why either they prefer this on-premise deployment. So mostly in European client, you will see they are using on-premise deployment model. And even if they are using Cloud Hub, then their runtime plane and management plane both should be hosted on Europe. Both should be hosted in Europe only. It should not be hosted outside. So for European region, what they Mulesoft did, they since they have lots of customer there, so they created one control plane in European region. Okay. Then third one is Mulesoft Government Cloud. This is generally created for like government projects, which is which one are using this Mulesoft product. Okay, but this one is very rarely used. Okay, since we have like very less government cloud. But fourth one is customer hosted control plane. Okay, so most of like you have heard about this PCE model. Okay, so in PCE model, what happened? They will give you this control plane like Mulesoft. From Mulesoft, you need to take license, and that like control plane will be deployed in your infrastructure. Means that should be hosted in your infrastructure, company infrastructure. So previous option, what all option you have seen, all are cloud-based solution. All control plane are hosted on clouds. But this one will not be hosted on cloud, and this one will not be managed like by Mulesoft. They will give you license, and you need to host on your own infrastructure. Okay. Again, this particular PC model will be used by banking, mostly banking and insurance projects. Okay. So this four option we have in term of control plane. So first one, that control plane capability will be inside European region. Second one, it will be inside US region. Third one, it's for government cloud, government's project. And fourth one is PCE one, which is hosted inside uh, company infrastructure. Okay. Anyone has any doubt in this four option? Okay. And as I mentioned, this topic is very important. Okay. Now you can see here what all in control plane, as I mentioned, like we have lots of capability. Okay. So here you can see list of capability and which all are available on which control plane. First, anypoint designer. Okay. No matter you are using which control plane, in all control plane you will have anypoint API designer. Okay. And what we do inside API designer, we create RAML, we create fragment, we create mule application. All those things we can do inside API designer, and it's available with all the four options. Then anypoint studio. Okay. So I'm not sure they are talking about compatibility or they are talking about download option. Okay, so this should be download option only. So Anypoint Studio, you will get like here, you can see this one. Here we have option for Anypoint Studio. You can go and you can download from here. flow designer. So inside this, you can create here. If you go to design center, inside this, you will get option to create mule flow also. So that option we have in cloud of US cloud, EU cloud. In government cloud, we don't have, and in PC also we don't have. Okay. So you can create mule application only inside Anypoint Studio for these two, government cloud and PC. Then Anypoint Exchange we have everywhere. So once you will create any resource, you can publish on Exchange. Then Anypoint API Community Manager. Only PC model don't have that option. Other places we have. Same way, we have Partner Manager in cloud version, EU and US cloud, but we don't have inside government and PC model. Access management. So they are talking about this option. Access management, where you can create user, where you can create roles. Okay, you can create server, you can create a business group. All those kind of capability we have inside access management. And this access management is available everywhere. Okay, then analytics, this again available only for US cloud and EU cloud, not available with these two options. API manager, where we apply security policy, it's available for all four options. Runtime manager, this is also available for all four options. Monitoring, available everywhere. Secret manager, available only for US and EU cloud. So like this, we have multiple capabilities which is available with which option. This chart will help you. Okay, so whenever again you are planning to take this hosting server, so you need to think what all you need and what all hosting servers support that. Okay, so first one was control plane. So we see like we have four options: EU cloud, US cloud, then PC model, and then government cloud. Okay, same way we have option for runtime plane also. Okay, so in runtime plane also we have multiple options. So first option we have Cloud Hub 2.0, which is recently introduced. Okay, I think 2-3 months back only they have introduced Cloud 2.0. Okay, so the major difference in Cloud 2.0 is it's a container based. Like here you can do container based deployment. In previous model, Cloud Hub model, we have virtual machine based deployment model. Whenever we are creating any worker, we are creating on top of virtual machine. Okay, but in this Cloud Hub 2.0, it's a container based. I hope everyone know about what is container what is Docker, what is Kubernetes, and how it's different from virtual machine. Okay, and
One small question. Uh, what is that ingress means?
egress.
Yeah, egress or ingress?
Egress is like it's a kind of load balancer.
Load balancer, right? Okay, fine.
Yeah. So Mulesoft also use egress load balancer only. Okay, and I think I have in my project also we are using egress load balancer only. We have compatibility with Kong. Okay,
Mhm.
and we are using egress load balancer only.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So first in Cloud Hub 2.0, as I mentioned, the main difference from Cloud Hub means older version of Cloud Hub. In 2.0, we have like a containerized deployment model, but in previous one we have virtual machine VM based deployment model. Okay, and in 2.0 it support much more capabilities. So MuleSoft like always recommend to use this Cloud of 2.0 only. And here you will not in term of deployment, you will not get much difference. Okay, so steps and everything will be same. And now whenever you will take any trial license also, okay, in trial license also, whenever you will go for deployment, so by default, it will select your 2.0. Previously, by default one was 1.0. So here you will able to see. Okay. And this one is on US cloud and cloud. Yeah, cloud of 2.0 shared space. This one is older version of cloud. Before 3 months, we had this option only. And another one is hybrid that we will discuss later on. So here you need to, whenever you are going to deploy, you need to select which hosting or runtime plane you want to use. So now for practice purpose and all, better to use this only, and this has more capability than previous one. Okay, and their sizing and all other detail also you will get. Second one, we have this Cloud Hub one, which is like older version and which support VM based, but most of the client right now using Cloud Hub only. They haven't migrated on 2.0. As I mentioned, it came very recently, and in one of my project, like we are now planning to move everything from Cloud Hub to Cloud Hub 2.0. Okay, and then we have this runtime fabric option. This is also very popular, and this is also similar to Cloud Hub 2.0, which is containerized one, but only difference is Cloud Hub 2.0 will be like create and manage by this MuleSoft team. But this RTF one, you need to take license and then you need to deploy and manage by yourself. Okay, so you can deploy on your private cloud, okay, or you can deploy on your on-premise infrastructure. So anywhere you can deploy but it has some advantage, like many things are pre-configured. Okay, and then it's again containerized one. And this RTF model is also like very popular in market. Many clients are using this RTF model. And last option we have, that is on-premise one. So standalone runtime is nothing but it's on-premise one. So here we have everything on company infrastructure. Okay. So inside company infrastructure, you need to take license of on-premise deployment model. Okay. And there you can go and you can deploy your Mule application.
Ravi, how are the policies applied there? So, I mean, usually when we apply policies, we log on to any point. There we go and in the AP, on any of the proxy or any of the experience layer, we apply policies. But if all those APIs are on-prem, how are we going to apply policies via API manager?
Okay. So this on-premise one, this is your runtime plane.
Yep.
Okay. If you want, you can take control plane from MuleSoft, but that is only your hybrid model, where management plane will be provided by MuleSoft and runtime plane will be customer hosted.
Runtime plane, you mean your deployment of apps you just mentioned, right? The server part.
Yes.
Okay.
So if that is on-premise and your management plane on cloud, so
Hmm.
that this model is known as hybrid model.
Got it. But what if the other way? We want everything on-prem, even the control plane.
Yeah. So in that case, like you need to take separate license for everything. Let's say you need one gateway through which request will come. So
Hmm.
for the gateway, you can use either APG gateway or Kong gateway or many other gateways there. So they will provide you that capability. Most of the gateways support multiple security policy,
But
like
can't we still
JWT
use
token.
MuleSoft gateway if we are using on-prem?
On
I mean,
yeah, that is you can use MuleSoft gateway. That is only hybrid model. Management plane is provided by MuleSoft. Control plane is customer hosted.
no, no, no. I'm saying is it possible that even management plane is on-prem, like everything on-prem? Is it not possible?
Yeah,
So
that is
that
now PC
that
model is there. PC
okay.
model is there.
So we are
So
buying
there,
everything on-prem from MuleSoft.
yes. So from like you will get this management plane and you need to host in your own company infrastructure.
Got it. Okay. And yeah. Okay.
Another option you have, instead of going through PC model, you can create your own management plane. So for that, you need multiple setups. Like you need your own infrastructure, you need your own this gateway, you need your own load balancer.
Hmm.
Everything you need to take separate license and you need to configure and you need to host on your infrastructure.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, in my project also we are using, actually we have everything on-premise only.
I know you
Runtime,
mentioned Azure, right? So how are you scaling up? Are you using AKS or using RTF?
no, we are using, we have containerized one. Okay. So
Okay.
for scaling and all, we are using this OpenShift.
OpenShift. Okay. Okay.
So we have Azure, like
Hmm.
private cloud. On
Yeah.
top of that, we have OpenShift.
Hmm.
Okay. And on top of we have Mule Runtime.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And for like other things like gateway, we are using Kong gateway.
Hmm.
Then Ignis we are using for this. Ignis we are using for two purpose. One I can remember. One, it provide load balancing, and other thing, it what I can say, I forgot exactly looking, but something, some other purpose also it serving. Okay, and on OpenShift, like we have all this doc, like OpenShift, it's provide you inbuilt Docker and Kubernetes.
Yeah, I mean something. I mean we use AKS. Like we are on Azure, but we are use by default AKS to
Okay,
containerize the application and then scale them up, scale them. Even like we are shifting our Mule applications all on AKS. Like previously we were all on what you say, this VM model. So now we are
okay,
building each app separately into its own container, Dockerize it, and then push it into the Kubernetes mode by with the help of AKS. And then like
okay.
I'm a bit confused like how we actually, that's the DevOps job. But I was
Yeah,
wondering like they still do that API. You have that API ID thing, right? Which you
yeah.
match API ID we get from the container, and we match it in the run. We match it with the proxy we set up for, not the proxy but the API manager policy we set up on the API manager part. Somehow we still link it, but I was wondering that our everything is on prem, so how we are managing the policies. So I think you're right. It's all on prem. I think it's hybrid, and when you deploy that what you call those policies, they are downloaded when you're actually deploying, they're actually downloaded locally. So you got any idea about that part? The policies are downloaded when you are deploying it all hybrid.
No, first thing, like control plane I got, like sorry, management, sorry, control plane and management plane both are same. Runtime plane, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Runtime plane you have on your own infrastructure, like
On
you not on infrastructure, you took private cloud and you have
correct,
their setup.
correct,
Okay.
correct, correct.
Coming to this control plane or management plane, so that
Mhm.
is your PC model, or it's again it's a like you have took separate vendor for different
No,
purpose.
it's all
So
MuleSoft. It's all MuleSoft. So I'm not really sure. I have to find that out. But I
then
think
most
it's.
probably it should be PC model. If you are using this particular console to manage, so
Mhm.
you are using same console to manage
Yep, we are. It's the
like
same.
API manager, access
Yes,
management, everything.
correct.
Okay,
Yes.
then that is PC model.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, in that case, like it's already in your infrastructure. Runtime side, if you are doing any change, that will not impact anything on this API manager. Okay,
Okay.
so auto discovery ID will be still as it is.
Still working, right? And if we are using auto discovery, we can it's still valid for the PC model, you're saying?
Yes, yes. So we have seen, no, like just now we discussed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct.
So here you can see API manager, API manager. This is valid for PC model.
PC model. Okay.
Okay, so this API manager will help us to apply security policy.
Yes.
Okay? And if you are using PC model, that you will have with you.
Yeah.
In my project, like we are using completely on premise. Okay, we only took MuleSoft runtime license.
Mm-hmm.
Apart of that, all other thing like gateway, load balancer, container, then everything is like we took from different vendors.
Windows. Okay, got it. It's not MuleSoft governed. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, correct. What about others? Like other people are getting everything or not? As I mentioned, this is very important thing, and you should have good understanding to take decision like which deployment model we will use.
So Ravi, in your case, when you're applying policies, that means you're not applying policies on the Mule side. You're applying policies on the other vendor you have
Yeah,
bought.
yeah. Yes, we have Kong. Okay. So Kong, we have capability to apply rate limiting policy,
Rate limit, rate.
JWT token policy. So whenever like front end make request, On
Yep.
Kong only we validate that JWT token.
Got it. Right. Right.
Okay. And sometimes we need some information from JWT token. Then what we do is once request come to our API, in
Mm-hmm.
API we have written Java code to decode that JWT token.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then we are decoding that token and we are retrieving. For example, like sometime even if like let's say we are two like we have two user A and user B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now for user A also we have JWT token, B also have JWT token. Okay. Now user A generated their token and he can get the like from front end. Okay, let me show you. Say, open any website, Gmail. So here if you select Control Shift and I, okay, so it will give you what all API you are calling here. Okay, it will give you all the API detail. See, we are calling this playgoogle.com. Okay, and you will get all the detail. You will get if we are passing any token or anything, you will get all the detail. So what you like I can do, I can take this particular postman from here, go do right click, copy. I think copy URL from bash. Let me try. This one I think it should be sale one. Okay, bash and command. I'm not sure why I'm not getting this option, but we are getting all the detail. URL, request method, then header, what all things are there. So let's say user A will take all this detail and they will customize some information for user B. Okay, and they will send that request for user B. Okay, they can do this kind of activity. So whenever you are thinking using same request, we can modify another user data. In that case, we should do deep link verification. Okay, after once you will receive request on your API side, you need to again revalidate. Okay, so that user is making request for same user or not. Okay, that process is known as deep link verification. One verification we are doing, okay, that user is valid user or not. Then second verification we are doing, that user is making request for themselves only, not for other user. Are you getting this point?
Right. Yep.
So that kind of thing when we need to do in this particular setup, in our setup, then what we are doing first, we are decoding that JWT token on API level, and then we are doing further processing. Okay, fine. And any other question from anyone? No, then fine. So this last we discussed this standalone one. This one is known as on-premise one. Okay. Now here you can see compatibility. Okay. So first one is AnyPoint MQ and second object store. Is there anyone who don't know about AnyPoint MQ or AnyPoint object store? Okay. If everyone know, then well and good. So see, this AnyPoint MQ, this is not cloud. Yeah. At this moment, this is not compatible with Cloud 2.01, 2.0 deployment. Okay, but it's compatible with Cloud Hub only. It's not compatible with standalone also and runtime fabric also. So this AnyPoint MQ license means again for this also you need to take separate license. It's not like if you took Cloud Hub license, then you will get by default. So for AnyPoint MQ, you need to take separate license, and this is compatible with only Cloud Hub. Okay. Then object store, this is like compatible with Cloud Hub 2.0 and Cloud Hub also. But you can't use object store for like runtime fabric and standalone mode. Okay.
So, Ravi, what is the other option to use object store in case of runtime fabric and standalone?
Yeah. So for that, actually, we have other caching, other vendors, they provide tools for caching. So one is very famous, that is Redis caching.
Okay.
Okay. So generally for this on-premise one, we use Redis caching. But other vendor is also there. They provide like temporary storage. Okay. And they also have similar capability what we have in like in Redis or object store. Okay. But
Got it.
Redis is very famous. You can use that one. And even I have explored and even I worked also. That is very like it's a more compatible, more like reliable and support more feature than object store.
Okay.
Okay. And even if you are using Cloud Hub, okay, so you know in Cloud Hub we have two object store, V1 and V2. If you are using clustering and all, then you should go with object store V2. Okay. Otherwise, your object, if you will use object store V2 in clustering, then again it will give you data inconsistency. Can anyone tell me reason behind this? Why we should use object store V2 in case of cluster deployment?
So, object store V2 is compatible for external vendors as well, right? External applications as well.
Like that. External application, what do you mean by
Like, I
external
mean to
application?
say, not just Mulesoft application. Let's say, suppose we store some data in object store V2, uh, and Java application can also retrieve the data from V2, right?
Yes, correct. But what is the main? Yeah, you are correct. But what is the main reason behind this?
So main reason is, um, I mean, so since we said like this clustering concept and all, right? I think if it is not VPC, even if it is VPC or not, I think V2 will is like kind of compatible. So that's what I'm assuming.
No, you are partially correct. So this object store V2 will be created outside of worker. If you are creating object store V1, it will be created within the worker. So it will be used by only that mule application which is deployed in that particular worker. Even if you have clustering, you are deploying same application in two worker. So same application will use different object store. So object store we use for temporary storage, but same instance, like same application has two instances, but both instances are using separate object store. So there will be some data inconsistency. So in that case, if we will use object store v2, which is created outside of worker, okay, so what will happen in that case? Both the clustered will use same object store. Okay, so there will be data consistency.
Right.
Okay, then this endpoint data graph, it's available only for Cloud Hub, and connected, it's available for all the options. Okay, so these all are like inbuilt component which we have in Mulesoft, and in which deployment model you can use which component, that detail you will get here. Okay, but this is the compatibility between runtime plane and control plane. Okay, so first Cloud Hub 2.0, it's compatible with US cloud and EU cloud. It's not compatible with government cloud and Anypoint PC. Okay, Cloud Hub, this is compatible with Cloud Hub, EU, US, and government cloud. This is not again compatible with PC. Okay, with PC only compatibility is their standalone type. This is especially like this. PC is created for standalone purpose only. If customer want their own runtime plane and management plane, for this purpose only this PC model is created. So that's why it's supporting only standalone runtime, which is also known as on-premise one. Okay, and this on-premise one, as I mentioned, you can make hybrid model also using this. So in case of hybrid model, what should happen? Runtime plane should be customer hosted, that is standalone runtime, and management plane should be Mulesoft hosted. So these three are like a Mulesoft hosted one, Mulesoft managed one. Okay, so if you are using this standalone runtime plus this first three combination, then this is known as hybrid model. Okay, and if you are using this fourth option, then you are using complete on-premise. Then runtime fabric, this is again a kind of on-premise only. Okay, this is not, you can say on-premise. This is a part of hybrid only. So where like runtime plane, okay, that should be hosted on company infrastructure, and management plane should be inside Mulesoft, either US cloud or EU cloud. Okay, let me know if anyone has any doubt in this particular part. Okay, and at the very beginning, as I mentioned, like based on the requirement, based on the client, you need to select which deployment model or which hosting option, either control plane or management plane, you need to select. Okay, so that you need to take. As I mentioned, for banking projects, they need more data security, okay, and data privacy. At the same time, insurance client also they need. So for them, this on-premise one is very suitable. For a small organization which can't afford their own infrastructure, okay, they are starting their business and they want this integration technology, but they can't afford their own infrastructure. Creating infrastructure for a small business is not easy. Okay, that will be very cost efficient. Means that will be again very costly, and then hiring separate DevOps guys not in their budget. Okay, so for those kind of like business, they prefer this cloud of deployment model where everything will be provided by Microsoft. Okay, that will be like pay on use basis. Let's say they want to use for 3 years, they will pay for 3 years and then done. Okay. So on this basis, you need to take decision. Again, if you are inside European Union, like if you are working for any European client, then again you need like everything should be inside Europe only. So either you can use all everything in on-premise one, or you need to select EU cloud. Okay. Okay, so this one like all about this deployment model. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask quickly.